Hello and welcome back to Reading with Mo. Today we are going to be figuring out what my TBR is going to be for the month of September. This is my first time, and actually the first time in a long time when it comes to playing any TBR games. This is my first time participating in Bookoplathon. I've kind of thought about doing it in the past. It's a Bookopoly Readathon. It's created by Becca from the booktube channel Becca and the Books. I've, like I said, thought about doing this in the past, haven't really, but I thought this would be the perfect time to participate in this game. It seems really fun. I know some people go really all out with this, creating their own board and stuff, but essentially, if you haven't heard of this before, it is a Monopoly version of a TBR game to figure out what you're going to read for the month. And you pick however many rolls you're going to do. There is a board, which I will show you guys here, that Becca has created. Some people will make their own board. I am just going to be using this copy I have on my laptop here. Nothing too fancy for me today. I couldn't find any dice, which you need 2 dice, so I'm going to just be using a virtual dice roller on my phone. And there are chance and community cards that are similar to Monopoly. I did not print those out because I do not have a printer, but what I did was just wrote for the chance cards 8 different books that I thought I would want to read that have been on my shelves for a long time and I probably won't get to them anytime soon. So I did that for the chance cards, and for the community cards there's just different prompts for ways to pick books. So I thought this would be fun. You can go ahead and click on the link below. I'll leave you the link to all the more in-depth rules and stuff for the game. Like if you roll a double, then you have to add an extra roll, which is an extra book onto your TBR. I'm going to be starting with 5 and we'll see where we go from there, because I don't know if I'm going to necessarily choose all the books that I'm going to be reading for the month. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because there's books that I'm just waiting on hold for my library still, but I thought this would be a cool way to choose the majority of the books that I'm going to try and get to in the month of September. So without further ado, let's go into the first roll. So I'm going to be starting on the go spot. I don't know what you call them. And so we're going to do the first roll, which is a 3. So if I move forward 1, 2, 3, that is a good spot for me to land on. That is a small book, a book under 300 pages. I'm going to go to my shelves. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention all the books I'm choosing are going to be books I have physically on my shelves, so I can kind of get through some of those. So I'm going to pick one of those and I'll be back. Okay, we have my first choice, which is The Lamplighter by Jackie Kay. This book is technically a play, so it should be very quick to get through. It is actually under 100 pages, so it makes the criteria of choosing a book under 300 pages. This play is about 4 women and 1 man, and it tells the story of their lives through slavery, from the fort to the slave ship through the Middle Passage. Book number 1, so far we're on a good roll. Okay, time for the next roll. And we have a 9, so I'm going to move forward 9 spaces. Okay, so the next one we have is called a poll pick. So for this one, I have to select a few books and run a poll on my favorite social media. Okay, this will be fun. Obviously, I'm not going to have the answer for this one right now, so go ahead and stay tuned, I guess, for my wrap up for that. I'm going to have to run a poll on that on my Instagram and see. Maybe I'll do that right now and then I'll come back to you guys. So I currently am about to put up the poll for this roll, and by the end of this recording, then we will decide which one will be added to my TBR for next month. This is fun. I've always kind of wanted to do something like that too on my Instagram, and I just never did. Also, if you guys hear a lot of noise in the background, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out better audio for my videos. Now that I live downtown, it's super loud all the time, but for now, that is not a problem that I can fix. So 2 rolls down, onto the 3rd. See what we get now. Another 9. So 9 spaces up from the poll pick puts me at the emoji space. So I have to use a random emoji generator and then find a book that reminds me of that emoji in some way. Okay, let's see what one I get here. I don't even know if that will show up for you guys. I can't even see. It's like a graph going up. A graph going up, kind of like a stock? I don't know. Let me see what I can come up with and I'll be back. Okay, so this was a really hard emoji for me to figure out what book kind of gives me the vibe of a graph, basically. But I decided to go with All That She Carried, The Journey of Ashley Sack, A Black Family's Keepsake by Taya Miles. Because the graph is going up and it reminds me of something traveling, and this book is about a journey of an item that's going around. So that's my semi figuring out something that's going to go with this. Also, this is a really good nonfiction book. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I am excited to get to this one. I think that it has won a few different awards, so I'm not mad about this choice. On to the fourth roll now. I guess I need to bring back up the dice roller and see what we get here. We have 8s and we have doubles, which means I have to do another roll. So we have to do 6 rolls altogether now. So we'll see how this goes. So, okay, so 8 spaces from where I'm at, which right now is on the emoji space, is, okay. The one that we've landed on is features a death. That is going to be hard because I don't really know what comes to mind. I will try and find something that fits that prompt. I'm thinking maybe something like a mystery thriller for this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I come back and I am successful at finding something. So this book is The Greek Coffin Mystery by Ellery Queen. This is part of the Penguin Drop Cap series, which I have a few on my shelf. They have these really cool sprayed edges, and they're each have a book that's from something to do, I think, with like a letter of the alphabet. Anyways, with this book, the very first thing when I see what it is about, it says famed New York City art dealer and connoisseur George Caucus is dead, apparently of natural causes, but upon returning to Caucus' pricey townhouse after the funeral, his mourners find that the metal box containing his last will and testament has vanished from the library wall safe. So I feel like this perfectly matches the prompt of a book that features a death, so I couldn't be happier. Let's go ahead and do our next roll. Rolling the dice, and the number is 7. So for 7, we have landed on a chance card. So for that, I'm going to have to use a random number generator between the numbers of 1 through 8, and let's see what we get here. Number 1, actually, which number 1 is, excuse my chicken scratch handwriting, is Middle Passage. So I will get that one for you guys. So Middle Passage is a book that is written by Charles Johnson with an introduction by Stanley Crouch. In this book, it takes place in the 1830s, and it's following, it takes place in the underworld of New Orleans. We're following Rutherford Calhoun, a newly freed slave and irrepressible rogue, desperate to escape the city's bill collectors and the pawing hands of a school teacher bent on marrying him. So we will give this one a chance. This is actually a small book, so this is great. I don't have anything that's going to be too intimidating. I don't think next month. This is under 200 pages. So technically that should have been my last roll, but because I rolled doubles, I have to add another roll on. And if I end up rolling doubles again, I still have to roll another one after that. So this game can be very risky. But let's go ahead and do the next roll, which is a 6, which is not a double, and this will be my last pick, 6. So for this square, I have landed on the community shelf space, so I need to do the random number generator again, which is giving me the number 8, and for that it was to pick a special edition book. So I will pick a special edition book and I will be back. So for my last pick, I actually have a really good choice. So this is one I've been meaning to read for forever, and that is this beautiful edition from, I think it was like Fairy Loot or something. This is the box set. Well, this is the first one in the set of the Red Rising trilogy from Pierce Brown, which I don't really know too much going into it. I know like people are kind of separated into different factions based off of their blood type, like silver or whatever, or gold. I don't remember much. I'm going into this pretty blindly. I'm hoping I really love it and that I will want to continue on with the rest of the series, because I am looking to put another series onto my rotation because I have finished the Dune series. So this is the one I think I'm going to pick up next. I'm still continuing on with the Realm of the Elderling series. Dragon Keepers by Robin Hobb is definitely on my TBR for the month of September. Actually already started it a little bit, and I'm not really super far into it yet, but I did just get the audiobook from my library, so that for sure will be another series that I'm going to be continuing on with. That is the second book in the Rain Wild Chronicles, and I'm getting close to being done with that series. We still have a besides the one I'm reading, I still have like 5 more to go, so we still have like another 6 months with that series. But in the meantime, I want to start with this one. But yes, this was the Fairy Loot special edition of this series. I don't remember if it was signed or not. Yes, this is a signed edition by the author, which is pretty cool. So then the last book that we're going to be adding to the TBR was the book that was the result from my Instagram poll, which has not been up for too long, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and see. So it looks like the winner right now is Blue Ticket currently. Like I said, this poll has only been up for about 15 minutes now, and so far Blue Ticket is the one that's winning. This is by Sophie McIntosh. She also wrote The Water Cure. I think this was her newest release, either last year or this year. I don't really know too much about this one. I think it has something to do with a lottery, but or like people have different tickets, and whatever ticket you are, it kind of depends on how determines like how your life's gonna go. I'm not exactly sure, but this poll has only been up for 15 minutes, so I'm going to let it sit until the end of the night, and then, or by the end of whenever the poll's done, maybe a different book will take its spot. But so far this one is in the lead over the other 3, so we'll see. You're just gonna have to watch my wrap up for the month to see which one actually won and if I read it. So as of right now, these are the 6 books that the Bookoplathon round has chosen for me, but we will be reading other books as well during this month. I know I usually read more than 6 books, so I feel like this is very doable. I have, of course, a bunch of audiobooks checked out from my library that I will be getting to during the month of September. I'll try to see if I can actually even find audiobooks for some of these, which will make it a little bit easier for me to get through. Thanks for joining me and playing this round of Bookoplathon. It's my first time and I had a lot of fun. I really like the concept of the game to really randomly choose what I'm going to be reading for next month. I figured might as well give this a try. I figured this would work out perfect for September too, because the next bookshelf I'm going to be spotlighting in my bookshelf tour series is one that I have read most of the ones already on that shelf, and a lot of them are classics, so I'm not going to be reading like 10 classic books in 1 month, so this will fit perfectly together. I may try to read 1 or 2 books from that shelf and add them onto my TBR, but if that doesn't happen, it's not really that big of a deal. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to help support my channel. And that's it for today. Thanks once again to Becca for putting this awesome readathon together. I can't wait to see other people's TBRs, and as well as watching her vlogs and stuff throughout the month. And that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!